Hey y'all, welcome back to another project series. Today we'll be sharing something that is slightly different from what we normally do. Wyna, can you share a little bit more about it?
Yeah, so today we're going to share about Upperhouse and Opus. We decided to compare them side by side because they are launching on the same day, booking on the same day. We expect that buyers will be wanting to see a good comparison. And this is what we're going to do today. So using a 2.3 million budget for comparing the 2-bedroom premium, we're also going to compare 2.5 million using the 2+ study. Yeah, once we compare them side by side, right, price point as well as the layout, I think buyers will have a clearer view and know how to move forward.
Okay, that's interesting. I'm looking forward to share more with the audiences as well.
Yes.
So for those of you who have yet to see the show flats, please contact us urgently to make an appointment so that you will be able to enjoy the new launches prices. Right now we'll be sharing the Robertson Opus and Upperhouse. As you can see, Robertson Opus is located at 11 Unity Street, whereas for Upperhouse is located at 22 Orchard Boulevard. Frankly, in terms of address, definitely Orchard Boulevard will be a more prestigious address and a statement for home buyers who has already made it in life.
Yeah, for sure. Orchard,
Yeah, it's a very, very prestigious area.
Yeah. So while Opus boasts of a 999 leasehold, so I believe most will actually feel that because one is 999, then if it's a similar price point, most maybe will think 999 will be the way to go, right? But after we analyze deeper, I think you will be intrigued by what we found.
Basically, I'll be touching on the Robertson Opus and one will be touching on the Upper itself. For the Robertson Opus, the tenure is 999 as mentioned, so it is located in D9 and the developer is Frasers and Sekisui House. The total units is actually 348. So the unit type are suites, 1, 2, 2+, 3 and 4 bedders. And the good thing about this is actually 5 minutes walk to Fort Canning MRT. And then these are the actually nearby school areas within a 1 km. So you have places such as River Valley Primary School as well.
So for Upperhouse, it's a 99-year leasehold located at District 10. Developers are UOL and Singland, total of 301 units. And they have a 1+ study, 2+ study, as well as 3 and a 4-bedroom. It's actually just 1 minute away from the MRT, fully sheltered. So very convenient.
Yeah.
But they do not have any schools in the 1 km vicinity. And within 1 to 2 km, they have quite a few schools, notably will be the ACS Junior and River Valley Primary. So this is just a quick recap before we dive into the analysis and comparison. But if you'd like to find out more in detail of each particular project, please do click onto our other videos to have a look. With a $2.3 million budget, we're going to compare 2-bedroom units at both Opus as well as Upperhouse. Because Opus is a 999 leasehold by Frasers, their own land bank, right? So they are actually pre-harmonized, which means they have taken in consideration the aircon latch. So in order to compare apple to apple, what we have to do is we have to remove the aircon latch, and that actually leaves us with the size about 656 square feet, comparing to Upperhouse at 700 square feet. Both developers have given the same starting from price at about 2.1 million X. Based on this, looking at the kitchen, one is enclosable down here, but there is no door. But at Upperhouse, there also will be no door, which means that both are actually quite similar. The only difference being that right here, there is a window. Not window, actually it's a glass. So it gives more light into the kitchen, making it brighter. And it means that every time you go into the kitchen, you don't have to turn on the light because there's light coming in through the living room. Comparing the other specs, it's quite similar. I think that the living room at Upperhouse is a bit bigger.
Yeah, it looks bigger. Definitely.
Yes. After that, we will actually go on to the prices. So for Opus, after factoring in the harmonization, taking into the account the 2.1 XM, the estimated PSF has come up to about 3277 PSF. So what we did a search around the highest PSF within 1 km of the 2-bedroom in this area, and we found that it's located at the Avenue, pricing at 3774. So what this actually means is that within this area, they have already had done deal transactions of up to 3774 PSF. While for Upperhouse, the PSF that we estimate to be selling starting from is 3071 PSF. But at Cascaden, which is also within 1 km, they are already transacting at 3826, which means that you actually see the price gap here. It makes Upperhouse feel like it's a very safe purchase because entering at this PSF and already having transacted highest of 3,826 within 1 km gives them a good range of how much they can exit in future. So in this case, if you're looking at shorter term, I would say 5 to 10 years to flip the property, right, to sell and to cash out, this might actually be a better way to go. But of course, with that said, right, 999 years, you can sell at any time. You're not subject to the lease. Then in that case, Opus might be the way to go for you. Also because rental doesn't take into account 999 or 99-year lease, your tenant really don't care. The rental is about the same. So if you think about rental yield, right, Upperhouse in the short term, 5 to 10 years, I think might be a better investment, compared to Opus. But in the long run, I think we still have to see in future how much higher the 999 Opus can go, because it has not been unprecedented at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah.
So why not, if it was you, which one would you actually choose in your own opinion and preference?
I think it also depends on life stage. So for me personally, if I'm still younger and I have a slightly, still got a bit of runway, right, I might go with Upperhouse, cash out and buy again. But if you are maybe a bit older and you want something safer and you are not sure when you want to sell, more for legacy, right, I might go for Opus. Despite maybe in the short term, it doesn't look as promising as Upperhouse in terms of the PSF difference. But, I have no pressure of when I have to sell it.
Correct.
Yeah.
Right now, we have the 2-bedroom plus study. For the purpose of this video, what if you have a 2.5 million budget today, right? You are able to get a 2-bedder plus study both at Opus and Upperhouse as well. And since Opus is not harmonized, right, we will be using 710 square feet, which will be the usable area after removing the aircon latch as well. And Upperhouse will be 764 square feet. So moving on to the layout-wise, I'll be sharing on the Opus. So Opus, it is a dumbbell layout, as you can see over here. So dumbbell layout, right, being said, is actually a very good thing. Why? It's because it's actually efficient layout. And also one thing to note for Opus, the kitchen is actually bigger than the counterpart itself, which is Upperhouse. Also, this part, as you can see, the glass panel is slightly bigger than Upperhouse as well. As we have mentioned, the kitchen itself for Opus, it is enclosable, as you can see over here, and whereas for Upperhouse itself, right, is enclosed, as you can see over here. So this is actually a sliding pocket door which is provided by the developer. And for instance, Upperhouse is actually a traditional layout, which in return, right, is actually good for privacy. But the only thing is, the corridor, as you can see, it is a wasted space as compared to its counterpart. As we have mentioned, for the kitchen, it's enclosed. One thing to take note is actually there is a small glass panel which is smaller than Opus. One thing to take note which is beneficial for owners who are purchasing in Upperhouse, 2 plus study actually has a window over here. It's a small window, but hey, it's actually good for ventilation when you are doing all the heavy cooking and all.
And actually, it's very rare for 2 plus study to have a window with an enclosed kitchen.
Correct.
Yeah, so this is one of the highlights, I think, for the 2 plus study at Upperhouse.
Yeah. So moving on for Upperhouse, as you can see, this is a 26 square meter, which is a combination of living plus dining and the DB. And one thing to take note also, the DB is also tucked comfortably at one corner. So one thing to take note about Upperhouse, if you look over here, this is actually the study area. What's the beauty behind a study area in the master bedroom? So this study actually has a window over here, which is very good for ventilation or natural lights to come in. Whereas as you see for Opus, you do not actually have a window over there. One thing for owners who are looking to purchase at Upperhouse, you can see over here, you can just form up, right, the door itself to be able to convert it into a more usable space, and also for the study you can convert it into a walk-in wardrobe. Again, we have research on the highest PSF based on the nearby project for Opus and Upperhouse. Based on this, the harmonization, right, for Opus is actually 710, for Upperhouse is 764. So we derived the amount to be starting from 2.3x million. The estimated PSF turns out for Opus is actually 3309 PSF and also 3075 PSF. For Opus, we have actually found out what's within the 1 km for the 2-bedroom. So Avenue is transacted at 3774 PSF. And whereas for Upperhouse, the counterpart is actually Cascaden Reserve, which is transacted at 3,826 PSF. We also note that within 500 meters, the rental itself for Opus area is actually $5,280. For Upperhouse, it's actually $5,320. To sum it up, we feel that for Opus buyers, technically buying into the 999 lease may not put too much emphasis into immediate profits, rather than they are actually looking into long-term stay and legacy to pass it down to their next generation. If you would like to know more about these two individual projects, Wyna and I actually have came up with more in-depth videos. So if you can click on our link and our YouTube videos, you can actually see it. Please remember to subscribe to our channels as well to get our latest updates and video as well.
So with this, we have concluded our sharing, and we hope that this will help you on booking day, because I think it really puts a perspective on, comparing apple to apple, to make sure that, you go in with your eyes wide open on booking day. It could be quite stressful.
Yeah.
So with this, if you have any more questions, please do reach out to us. We'll be happy to assist you.
See ya.
Thank you.